Let's carry on with the continuing C10 door saga. So this is what we're going to try now. Get a load of this peach. Yoink. So now this is where we're at. See that? Look at that, would you? Holy jumping Jehoshaphat's. You know, and even look at all that. See the way that's fitting? See that? You see that line going up there? You see that line going down there? Whoa, look at all that down in there. Caramba. Hey, look at that. Look at them duck lips. So, this is where we're at. Let me just give you a sec to take it all in. Look at that cinnamon a bitch. That whole door is sucked right in all the way back to there. Sucks. You know what I'm saying? But we don't got a lot of options left here. So what I'm going to try to do here, the theory, is it a theory? I don't think that it's a theory. What am I getting at? Anybody? Give me a hand here, would you? What we're going to do here, possibly, is, oh gosh. You can tell by my disdain how much I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to try to fix the inner door frame and skin this door. It's kind of funny moving it around. Something else I noticed too that's a little out of... See how that moves? Here, watch. Can you see that moving? All the spot welds are blowed out. Actually, those ones are alright. Just that in the spot welds. So anyways, what I'm going to do before I commit to spending a bunch of time on it, is I'm going to get a bloody big hammer that I got to use 2 hands to carry just about, and I'm going to smash the shit out of stuff. I'm going to give it a good smashing. That's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Here comes some aggression. Just a minute. Here, let me get you a little better vantage point so you can see some stuff a little better here. How's that? All right. Engage the old Smashatron. So this hinge is leaned out quite a bit. So I'll leave the hinge there. Oh, look at that. The whole thing's busted off of there. So I don't know how loud this is going to get, but I'm going to start trying to lay that in first. Yeah, that's laid in. Okay. Well, it's not going to be very scientific. Hey, fatty cakes. Get away from there, would you? Don't make me smash you. I got a smasher out. There's nothing orthodox here. This is all very unorthodox. And as I'm looking at it, so what happened is this door got overextended. It got opened, and I mean it got opened. Somebody opened this like it was a 747 going down into the ocean. That's how this thing got opened. I'm guessing the wind probably caught it or something, or they had the door open and the truck rolled backwards. That's more likely, actually. The truck most likely rolled backwards and the door caught something, and it gull winged it only like a broken gull wing. Something, I don't know. It did a lot of shit. And it's unfortunate because, I mean, this is like the cleanest door that anybody's ever had. Unfortunately. I don't think that, and even if I could get this, like this is going to be stretched really bad. And somebody's already tried, like we've had numerous pairs of pliers on here, like they tried to bend it around and they couldn't get her to bend around. Because you got to use one of these. So what I am going to attempt to do, first thing that I'm going to do is once I think that I've got my hinge surfaces square, I think I'm going to bolt it up to the truck to at least see if I can get a door gap at the cab. If I can get a door gap at the cab, then at that point I believe I will cut the door skin off of this, and then I will have to rough out this door frame to fit the new skin. Gonna put some skin on the game here, because I mean you're just gonna have to take it for granted that the new skin is the right shape enough that if I shape the door frame to fit the new skin without having to tension it into place, without having to coerce it, you know, that the show will go on. So yeah, that's it. I don't know. Was that a good explanation? Because Christ, I don't know. First time I've done this. Don't got a lot of options here. So there, stick it. All right. Hang on. There's no point in you watching me do that, because damn. So I reckon, and then I fix him after I reckon. I'm going to, I have everything still in the door. Like, I don't want to spend 5 more minutes than I got to on this. So I guess what I'm going to do to see if this is even plausible is I'm just going to get to getting, and I'm going to cut the skin off, and then I am going to do some smashing on the leading edge of this door where the, you know here, because it needs a little sprucing up. Because, like, we got an interference fit here. It's kind of the opposite of what we had a couple of days ago. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm going to cut the skin off. Yeah, I'll show you how to cut a skin off. I got earplugs in now, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm yelling or if I'm whispering. I don't know. I can't hear myself. But we're going to move on to foreskin removal 101.974. Let me stop that? Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to grind through the edges. Just the 3, because like there's a little tab there that I'll probably just cut. Zing. But, well, I wonder if you can see in the dust. I'll show you as I'm going. As you're doing this, here, just a minute. If you've never done this before, as you're doing it, see that line there? Where's my finger? Now that's the difference in your skins. Now if you keep on, ooh, that's hot. Where'd you go? Now if you were to keep on grinding back, you'd get 3 layers. Because this piece and this piece is your skin folded over. And the 3rd layer that you would get would be your door shell. Right? Here, just a sec, I'll grind in there to demonstrate. There, you see that? Skin, door shell, skin. So don't grind into that center layer. Don't do it. Just grind until you see a cut like that. So that's what we're going to do all the way around until we just see that line form. And then the skin will fall right off. It'll fall right off. Now you can change your window. This is the part where a guy stares at it for 5-7 minutes to try to figure out what the hell you're going to do. Okay, so now that I can get a better look at the inside of this hooer, what happened to this door is it got over-opened, right? Pardon. So the door got sprung that way. And what it did, the reason it doesn't fit, is when it got sprung that way, it tilted this pillar in the door, it twisted it. So it's pushing the door back. If it was like this, right, and it's tilted, never mind, that's what it's doing, it's pushing the door back. So that's caused from it being open too far this way. So in theory, if we reverse it and close it up too far, then that should reverse the damage, right? It was open too far and it wrecked it. So if we close it too far, we should be able to fix it. So I got my wood in my hand. I'm just gonna put it in here. Actually, I don't gotta get in there to do it, because I can do it from over here now. So I'm gonna put my wood in here. Thusly. And so that's as far as it'll close, right? That's like the door's closed now, right? So now if I lean on it, it should over-close it, yeah? And without the cosmetics in the way, now I can see what's happening. I don't know if that's going to do it. It's always got to be one, you know? It's always got to be one. Out of 100, there's got to be one. I guess it's right? So I would say. Doing it. I guess what my game plan is here now is I'm going to take the door on and off a few times, and I'm going to smash up here a whole bunch, put the door on, see how it fits, take it off, smash it some more, put it on, see how it fits. See, you should, I don't know if you can see where I'm touching. The door skin fits pretty tight. So your rear gap here, I would say when I cut the skin off, and actually the inner layer is still there. So my outer skin is probably hangs about 1/8 of an inch past the inner frame from the factory. So we'll use that as a guideline. So whatever I want for a door gap at the back, I'll want it a little bit wider on the door frame. And then if I am successful with maneuvering and hornswoggling up here, what I will most likely do is I'll set the door skin in place on the truck and then try to take the door off and see if I can do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Whole other day. Actually, it's been a couple of days. So, I have a considerable amount of time into smashing and banging and crashing and smashing and banging and smashing and banging even some more again. So when I got what I done, and I mean, I didn't bother showing you because, Jesus, don't be so damn needy. Basically, what I done was I took this door and I threw it up on a stand, and then I took my nice new door skin and I gingerly placed it over it. And you got to assume that it's pretty close to the right shape. You just gotta. So I put it over there, and essentially what I did was I shaped our mangled up piece of tin foil here, such as the door frame was, brought it out and shaped it so the door skin fit on and off and on and off and on and off and off and on and on and off and off and on. Quite nicely. It was quite nice, quite nice. The only oddity about these doors is that they are made with a bit of a twist in them. So the twist is in the door frame, but it's not in the skin. So of course when you lay the skin on, it lays flat. So you kind of got to push one corner up and down. Whoop-de-doo. Anyways, done all that. And then I took it outside and I made with the sandblaster. And then I gave it a squirt of some black epoxy, some rust paint, some epoxy on the inside. Now, I have refit it to the truck. And what I've done is, the body line's there in the door frame too. Yeah. So we're gonna got the body lines lined up. And to be honest, before I turned you on, I've already done this, so I know that it fits pretty good. So in doing a door skin, spelled with a D, you want to make sure that everybody fits the vehicle that you're putting it on, right? Because I mean that's going to be your end dealio. So here's Mr. Doorskin, spelled with a D. It's got 90s on it, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Some things that just ain't no point in me explaining. You know what I'm saying? What's the point? So what I had done was I made a pretty reasonable mark where the factory door hit the window frame here. And by reasonable, I mean I just used a Sharpie. Squeaky. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a black line there. Black lines matter. God damn it. And so we know that's where we want to be there. So we'll give her some of that action. And now when I have a look at it, lines there. Oh, line's pretty good there. Our lovely patina cowl. My body line on the cowl lines up pretty good. The fender's pretty good. The fender needs to come down a little bit, not a bunch. Actually, my door skin could go up a little bit too. Our gaps, not exactly, you know, that ain't, it's workable. I know I've said that, but I mean, when you're doing, oh, gosh. At this point, you just need everything to know that everything is going to be within your adjustment capabilities, which we are. We're well within adjustments. I'm not crazy about this, you know, but I don't know, it's kind of, like the red 68 that I had, I mean, the door had never been off the truck and it rubbed up here. Rubbed up there since 68. All the other gaps were good, but it rubbed up there. So, whoop-de-diddly-doo. So now we're happy with all this, right? Our gap does kind of get away from us back here, but I've done some measuring on the other side, and there's been some damage, like the bottom of this cab corner has been, yoink! Did you get that? That was it. Yoink! And it's rolled it back a little bit, so I'm not worried about that. So we know that we're going to be pretty good. And being as how I just threw it up there and lined it up with our lines, that means that I could do this anywhere. I could take this door off and I could take it out there in the far yonder corner of the yard, and the door skin, throw it on the door out there and bring it in, it's going to fit. So I'm going to take it off now. Came off way easier this time than it did the first time. So there. Now what? Well, I'm going to pull the door shell off. And you don't need to watch me do that. Like, just don't be so nosy. This is where shit gets kind of loud. So, there's no magical way to do this. You got a 90 degree that you got to turn in. You got a, what do you got? You got one of those? You got to turn it into that. That's the only bet. That's how I do it. There's probably a lot of guys on there that got a better way of doing things, but not me. So you want to go slow with it, because you don't want to just start smashing stuff, and you just want to go back and forth and work her over. You're not going to need to support it with a dolly or something until you start going that way. When you're going this way, you don't really need to. So what I'm going to do is once I get this 90 around to 60 or 45 or so, then I'll probably fit it back on the truck again. Because at that point, there will still be, I mean, if you take something that you might and smash it, you might still be able to move the skin around on the frame if it's come out of where you need it. That's what you get in here. I put a couple of reasonable tack welds on it up here because I was fairly certain that when I folded this bottom edge over, it's going to try to pull that skin down. And I don't want that, so I anchored it up there. So the next step is to take this son of a gun and put it back on there again and see what happened. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's how you do a door skin. So when you're done, like those are marks from my clamps. But we fit right, and you can kind of see in the light. The edge isn't all bitched up. So now all that'll be left to do is put a couple of more spot welds on the inside just to pin her into place. And then that's it. The door skin's done. That's how you do it. That's how you successfully do a door skin. Oh yeah, plus there's that guy in there. I got to put a weld in there too. So if you remember the beginning of the video, this door looked like it got dropped out of a helicopter and then was hit by a train. Yeah, that fender's got to come down a little bit. But actually this radius up here says the fender's got to move down a bit too. So by the time that fender drops down, we'll get that. That'll get there. And actually, you know what? I would say probably nowadays, 80% of these fenders, I've got to flatten that out. Because that wow in the gap, that's in the fender, not the door. See the curve in the fender? There she goes. But yeah, there it is. Door skin 101.